children. As today we are going to discuss about the class 8 subject physical science of the third chapter synthetic fibers and plastic. In that synthetic fibers and plastic, now we are in identification of various articles with recycling codes. In the last class we have seen about that recycling codes: 1 PET, 2 HPDE, 3 PVC, 4 LPDE, 5 PP, 6 PS, 7 others are there. Yes, PET means polyethylene tetraphthalate, high density polyethylene, high density polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, 3 polyvinyl chloride, 3 polyvinyl chloride, 4 low density polyethylene, low density polyethylene, 5 polypropylene, polypropylene, 6 polystyrene, 7 others. Other means in the combination of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there. Others means the combination of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last class we have seen about that. Now identification of the various articles of the recycling codes. Yes, going to that, around surrounding of us, you collect the information about that soft drink bottles. You see that. What are the soft drink bottles? The code will be there, or the side or a bottom of the bottles. Yes, you collect the bottles as I am saying. You go and see that each one of the soft drink bottles. Yes, 500 ml of soft drink bottles. 500 ml of soft drink bottles. Soft drink bottles. Yes, collect and write that information about that. On that, what is the code will be there? What is the code? Triangle code will be there. You have to say that. In this, what will be there? 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or others. 7 may be there. Whatever is the information that soft drink bottles are there, you have to write. Not only in that one, bottles of the juices. Yes, juices bottles, juice bottles. Not only that, yes, ketchups. Now shampoos. Yes, not only in the shampoos, you can see that tea. Yes, tea bottles, tea bottles. Yes, still if you want write any, still you will get, now you will go to the market, you see that and write about that. What will be there? 500 ml soft drink bottle. 500 ml soft drink bottle means you will see that Maaza bottle is there. Yes, Thumbs Up is there, Sprite is there. All that, what are the drinks will come now, all that bottles will be there, and see that what will be written. This I wrote an example only. Yes, example only. What are the information then? Juice, ketchup, shampoos, tea bottles. Yes, yes, plastic, milk packets, curd packets, oil packets, all this you collect and see that information what they have written there. Yes, try to what is the triangle there. Yes, not only in this, while observing this, either it may be recycled or not, you can say also, you can say that if one is there, it is used and crushed and through again, it may be recycled. Yes, like that information you will get it. Along with this, along with this, the plastic around us, not only this around us, along with this, you can see in that kitchen room. Yes, kitchen. kitchen room, what are there? Kitchen room plastics. In that all the bowls will be there, no plastic bowls. Plastic bowls will be there. Yes. See that what are the information will be there. Bathrooms. Bathrooms. In that what are the bathrooms? Buckets. Buckets. Mugs. Soap box. Any other are there, you write it. Yes, write that information about that one. And here in that plastic bowls are there. Yes, in that pickles containers also here. In the bowls means all that will come. So, containers, pickle containers. Yes, all that will, what are the bottles will come, all that will be containers are there, you write there. And see the back of that, what is the triangle will be there, either 1 or a 2 or 3 or that information you have to give that from that. Yes, now the plastic will be taken over there. Yes, taken place, the plastic will be taken place, occupied by the metals. Yes, occupied the metals. Previously these are all were there with the metals. Yes, metals. That was replaced by the plastics. These are replaced by what here? Now they are occupied by the plastic. Why they are occupied means with the less cost, easily will be affordable and easily we can do with these works. Yes, not only with these, with whatever these iron will be there, iron or any metal will be there, to lift it very heavily, whereas these are very light. Yes, very light. That's why, and affordable also. That's why we are using, and durable also. These also they are durable. Yes, that's why they are taken a key role in our life. Yes, now these are plastic is also a what? It is a polymer like synthetic fiber. Plastic is what? It is a plastic is what? It is a polymer. Polymer like synthetic fiber. Synthetic fiber. Yes, it is a polymer like a synthetic. Polymer. Poly is what here? Many. Yes, many. But monomers in the plastic can be arranged in two ways. Yes, that is plastic can be arranged. Monomers can be arranged in the, but the monomers in the plastic can be arranged in two ways. Yes, these can be arranged in the two ways. One is the linear arrangement. Next one is cross-linked. Cross-linked arrangement. Linear arrangement and the cross-linked arrangement will be there. Yes, linear and the cross-linked arrangement will be there. Yes, linear arrangement. Yes, linear arrangement. These polymers will be Linear arrangement of monomers. Linear arrangement of monomers. Yes. Cross-linked. Cross-linked arrangement that is equal to say children once see here identification of the various articles with recycle codes. Yes, first what you are taking identification of the various article codes by recycling codes. In that first what you are doing, you are collecting all the soft drink bottles and we are seeing that what is that there in that back of that or on the sticker what is there, that is which triangle, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 or 7, or collect the juice bottles, ketchup, shampoos, yes, tea bottles, yes, tea bottles, all these are the plastic only, milk packets, curd packets, oil packets, yes, oil packets. Now surrounding the kitchen you take it, plastic bowls, container, pickle container may be there, yes, pickle container, right? Sometimes oil containers also, oil containers, yes, oil container. Remaining whatever you know, you write it little bit. Bathroom, surrounding the bathroom, in that bathroom what are the buckets will be there, mugs will be there, soap boxes will be there. Still if it is there you write it. Okay. Now these you collected. These are in the form of what? The plastic. Yes, plastic will play a vital role in our life. Yes, previously there was the what? Metals was there. Now metals was replaced by the what? The plastics. Yes, metals was replacing by the plastic. Why it is less cost and more durable? Yes, it is easily available to them. Call the common people also. Now, along with what are that plastic means, it is a polymer like synthetic fiber. But these are what? Monomers can be arranged in two ways. These are what? Polymers. They are monomers that can be arranged in two ways. Those are what? One is a linear arrangement. Next one is a cross-linked arrangement. Just see the diagram, children. This is very important. Linear arrangement of this one. Linear arrangement. Yes, one monomer, single monomers are there here. See here, these are the monomers they have arranged. Yes, these are the monomers they have. So the monomers. Monomers are the straight linked. The monomers are linked. Now they are cross-linked arrangement. Cross-linked arrangement. These are now see here. These are the cross-linked arrangement of this. Cross-linked arrangement of this polymers. Now, so much we have learned about the plastics that the person whose name is Alexander Parkhurst. Alexander Parkhurst is the first creator of the plastics. First creator of the plastic is first creator of the first plastic, that is Parkinson. What is that? Creator of first plastic name is what? Parkinson. On the name of that Parkinson is the name plastic was given. Plastic. Here he is a creator of the plastic. First time, that is in that, yes, the plastic came into the world. Yes, on the basing on this, yes, plastic has prepared once it enter into the market, once it dominated all the articles, means as the metals. Yes, metals was reduced. Yes, it enter into the what? Plastics. Yes. And in which year the synthetically produced material was synthetically produced material was first presented in 1862 in London. By Alexander Parkhurst. To prepare this heated nitrated cotton, which previously soaked in sulfuric acid. Soaked in sulfuric acid made fabric soft elastic. Now see here, Parkinson has first created the plastic. Yes, Parkinson synthetically produced material was first presented in the 1862 in the London by the Alexander Parkinson. Yes, the plastic is heated. To prepare the plastic, heated nitrated cotton soaked in the sulfuric acid, and it's made into soft elastic, and final product you are going to get what? Yes, final product you are going to get, that is elastic, oily and camphor. Yes, camphor. The end product was ivory colored materials. End product is what? Ivory colored material. Ivory colored material. Ivory colored material. End product is what? Ivory colored material. Is on the name of his Parkinson, the plastic cave, that is the modern materials these are used. Yes, this is about that plastic we have seen. Yes, we'll stop children. Next tomorrow in class next.
A very good morning children. We are discussing about the third chapter, Story of Microorganisms, part 2 from 8th class biology. Children, already we started this chapter and we discussed about some topics involved in the chapter. Next, we are discussing about the story of microorganisms, part 2, about the soil microorganisms. Children, in the before classes, we discussed about antibiotics and about vaccines. Okay, so today our topic is soil microorganisms. Children, in the previous class, already we discussed about soil microorganisms. Okay, so soil microorganisms are present in the soil. They helpful to convert organic substances, enzymes and nutrients to the plant body, and which is responsible to growth of plant body. That's why soil microorganisms are very essential to the plants. Okay, so what happens here, Nana? So already we learned in the previous classes, our atmosphere contains 78% of nitrogen gas. Very important. Our atmosphere contains 78% of nitrogen gas. The nitrogen gas is very essential to plant growth. Okay, but plants does not absorb the nitrogen gas from atmosphere directly. Okay, then how the plants will get nitrogen gas? With the help of microorganisms. Okay, with the help of soil microorganisms like Rhizobium, Nostoc, Anabaena, Azotobacter. These soil microorganisms absorb nitrogen gas from the atmosphere and which is fixed the nitrogen gas into the roots. Okay, actually what happens, Nana? These organisms absorb nitrogen gas from our surroundings and it convert nitrogen gas into the nitrates. Okay, so these nitrates are stored in the roots. When the plant absorbs this nitrogen gas, it is growing. Okay, so what is about soil microorganisms? Which microorganisms are present in the soil? The organisms are called soil microorganisms. Example, Rhizobium, Azotobacter and nitrogen fixing bacteria. Actually what happens, Nana? 78% we contain nitrogen gas in our atmosphere. Okay, so the nitrogen gas is very essential to plant growth, but plants does not absorb this nitrogen gas directly from the atmosphere. With the help of microorganisms, okay, the plant absorbs nitrogen gas and it is growing more. Okay, what type of mechanism takes place here? Okay, so what is the use of these organisms? Soil microorganisms provide essential nutrients to the plant growth. Okay, soil microorganisms provide essential nutrients to the plant growth. So next one, nitrogen fixation. How the soil microorganism fix the nitrogen? So what happens, Nana? Here we are going to activity 5. To know about this topic, let us discuss about activity 5. Okay, simple. First you collect root nodules from bean or groundnut plant from your surroundings. Okay, take the root nodules, crush them into small powder. Okay, take a powder and keep it on this slide, add a drop of water or oil. Cover the slide with cover slip and observe under the microscope. Then we observe some bacteria present in the root nodules. The bacteria are nothing but Rhizobium, Nostoc, Anabaena and Azotobacter. Okay, so these bacteria are present in the roots. Okay, so what happens here? These bacteria absorb the nitrogen gas from the atmosphere and it convert nitrogen gas into the nitrates. from the organisms, and plant gives a shelter. Plant gives a shelter to the rhizobium bacteria. That's why here what happens now? Rhizobium bacteria is a soil microorganism. This rhizobium bacteria absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into nitrates. Okay, and this nitrates which is transferred to roots. Then roots absorb the nitrates from rhizobium bacteria and gives shelter to rhizobium bacteria. Means here what happens? Rhizobium bacteria provide nitrates to roots. Then roots absorb these nitrates and gives shelter to rhizobium bacteria. Here rhizobium bacteria depends on roots. Roots depends on nitrates present in the rhizobium bacteria. Here these both organisms are dependent on each other. Okay, here both organisms are depending on each other. Means they maintain some relationship with each other. The relationship is nothing but symbiotic relationship. Okay, the relationship between the rhizobium bacteria and root nodules is called a symbiotic relationship. Okay, the process of maintaining symbiotic relationship in between rhizobium and root nodules. This process is called as symbiosis. Very important one more question. What is called symbiosis? Rhizobium bacteria provide nitrates to the root nodules. Then root nodules give shelter to rhizobium bacteria. In between both a relationship is present. The relationship is called a symbiotic relationship. And the process is called symbiosis. Okay, what is called symbiosis. Okay, so what is the use of rhizobium bacteria? Rhizobium bacteria which helps to increase soil fertility. Okay, rhizobium bacteria which is helpful to increase soil fertility. This soil fertility which is very essential to the growth of plants. Okay, soil fertility which is very essential to the growth of plants. Okay, this is about what nitrogen fixation. Okay, next topic, do you know? Children, do you know Bacillus thuringiensis? Shortcut name BT. Bacillus thuringiensis is a name of bacteria which contain toxic chemical in their body. Okay, so this Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria release toxic chemical on the plant body. Okay, due to this toxic chemical, whatever the pest present on the plant body, it is killed and which is eliminated from plant body. So that's why this Bacillus thuringiensis which is helpful to the plant to kill various pests present on the plant body. That's why this Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria is also called as biopesticide. Very important one more question. What is called biopesticide and why it is called biopesticide? Bacillus thuringiensis is a name of bacteria which contain toxic chemical. This chemical is useful to kill the pest present in the plant body. Okay, that's why Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria is also called as biopesticide. Okay, children, we are discussing about useful microorganisms. Here rhizobium bacteria is useful. How? Rhizobium bacteria absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into nitrates. Okay, these nitrates are very essential to the plant growth. Next, Bacillus thuringiensis biological waste materials from your surroundings like paper, clothes, flowers, vegetables and fruits. Okay, put them in one of the dig. Put them in one of the dig. Dig means what? Hole. Okay, select a garden, dig 2 holes in your garden. In one of the dig, you keep paper, clothes, flowers, vegetables and fruits. In the second dig, you keep plastic waste materials, electronic waste materials and synthetic fibers. Okay, so dig 2 holes in your garden. In the first hole, you put some biological waste materials, and then second hole you put some organic means synthetic waste materials. Okay, then cover the dig with loose soil. Okay, next, every day you have to pour water on the 2 digs equally. Every day you have to pour water on the 2 digs equally. Okay, pour water every day on the 2 digs every day. Okay, after 4 or 5 weeks. Okay, after 4 or 5 weeks, open the soil from the 2 digs and observe the materials present in the 2 digs. Okay, what happens in the first hole? The paper, cloths, flowers, vegetables and fruits, they are decomposed into smaller substances. Okay, they are decomposed into smaller compounds. Okay, who is responsible to convert these big substances into small substances? Microorganisms. Okay, children, soil contains microorganisms. The microorganisms decompose these all biological waste materials into smaller compounds. Okay, these smaller compounds prepare enzymes and nutrients, which is very essential to plant growth. Okay, but in the second case, what happened? Plastic, electronic waste materials. Okay, these materials cannot decompose. These materials cannot decompose in the soil. Why? Because microorganisms cannot decompose these materials in the soil. So these materials are not converted into useful nutrients and enzymes. These materials are not useful to plant growth. Okay, these materials are not useful to plant growth. Okay, so from this activity, what you understood, some microorganisms are useful to convert biological waste materials into simpler compounds. These compounds provide essential enzymes and nutrients to the plant growth. Okay, but synthetic fibers and plastic waste materials cannot decompose by bacteria. These materials are very harmful to our nature. Okay, this is about activity 6. From activity 6 you understood some microorganisms are very essential to decay biological waste materials and converted into simpler compounds. These compounds provide essential nutrients and enzymes to the plant growth. Okay, to the plant growth. So some microorganisms are useful to clean the environment. Okay, that's why soil microorganisms are also called as recyclers and cleaning surface of the earth. Already we discussed in the previous classes. Okay, children, up to now we discussed about useful microorganisms. Okay, Rhizobium bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. These nitrates are very essential to the plant growth. Okay, next, Bacillus thuringiensis is a biopesticide bacteria which kill harmful pests present in the plant body. Okay, some useful microorganisms like Anabaena nosta, Azobacter, which is present in the soil, which decompose biological waste materials present in our surroundings and converted into useful enzymes and nutrients, and which is supplied to plant body. Okay, so about useful organisms up to now we discussed. Children, next one more very important topic about harmful microorganisms. Children, microorganisms are also harmful to plants, animals and human beings. And some microorganisms spoil the food materials and contaminate water and spoil clothes also. Okay, Nana? So, which microorganisms causes diseases in the plants, animals and human beings? The microorganisms are called as pathogens. Pathogen is nothing but disease causing microorganism. Okay, which microorganisms are causes diseases in the plants, animals and human beings? The microorganisms are called pathogens. Okay, so for example, bacteria, virus, fungi, they causes harmful diseases in the plants, animals and human beings. That's why they are called pathogens. Okay, children, somebody is getting cough or cold. When the boy is coughing or sneezing, what happened? Through the air, water, food or from the clothes. Okay, so the disease which is coming to healthy person, okay, from infected person to healthy person, the disease which is transmitted through air, water, food, clothes. Okay, such a type of diseases are called as communicable diseases. Very important. Children, what is called communicable diseases? Cough, cold, typhoid, hepatitis. These diseases are caused from infected person to healthy person through air, water, food, clothes, animals or insects. Such a type of diseases are called communicable diseases. For example, common cold, conjunctivitis, typhoid, smallpox, chickenpox, swine flu. Okay, these diseases are transmitted from one person to another person through air, water, food, clothes and animals, insects. Such a type of diseases are called communicable diseases. Okay, next one more important question. What is called vector? Children, some diseases are caused through animals or insects. So, some animals or insects carry disease causing microorganisms. Okay, when the animals or insects bite one person, what happens? The disease causing microorganism which is entering from the person to another person. So, such a type is called a vector. What is called vector, Nana? Some animals and insects carry disease causing microorganisms. Okay? They are called as vectors. For example, female Anopheles mosquito. Very, very important GK question. Female Anopheles mosquito carry disease causing microorganism is Plasmodium. Okay? Plasmodium is a disease causing microorganism which is present in the female Anopheles mosquito. When the female Anopheles mosquito bite a person, it transports disease causing microorganism like Plasmodium into the body. Then Plasmodium which causes malaria disease in the human beings. Okay, so Dr. Ronald Ross discovered female Anopheles mosquito carry disease causing microorganism is Plasmodium. Okay, Dr. Ronald Ross discovered the malaria disease which is coming from Plasmodium which is present in the female Anopheles mosquito. To the discovery of this phenomenon, Dr. Ronald Ross got Nobel Prize in the year 1902. Okay, so how we can avoid malaria disease? To use nets, mosquito nets, by using mosquito nets or by using mosquito repellents and by using good night all out and by cleaning our environment cleanly. Okay, so if we can follow some rules, we can clean they release vector into the uncovered food. When we will eat uncovered food, we will get the pathogen. The pathogen which is entering into our body and it cause different types of diseases like typhoid, cholera and hepatitis. Okay, typhoid, cholera, hepatitis. These diseases we are getting from houseflies. Malaria disease which we are getting from the vector plasmodium which is present in the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, so children, this is about what Nana? Pathogen and vector. What is the difference between pathogen? Pathogen means disease causing microorganism. Vector means is a microorganism present in the animal or insect body, that is called vector. Okay, some animals and insects carry vectors and to cause different types of diseases in the plants, animals and human beings. For example, malaria disease, typhoid, cholera, hepatitis. These caused by houseflies and mosquitoes. Okay, so this is about what Nana? Harmful microorganisms. Children, today we discussed about useful microorganisms and harmful microorganisms. What is pathogen? What is vector? Are you understand the topic what we discussed in the class? If you have any doubt, you ask in the Zoom meeting Nana. Okay, now homework. First question. Write some names of nitrogen fixing bacteria. Write some names of nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay, next. Second question. What is called pathogen? What is called pathogen? And what is called vector? What is called pathogen and what is called vector? Give an example.